Okay, so part two, I'm just going to set up a few more things that we're going to need. So if we go up here to the new package manager, it's going to bring in and update all the packages. So we need Probuilder, which I thought I had installed but don't. So I'll just install Probuilder, and we also need Progrids, which isn't showing. So the reason it isn't showing is that you need to show preview packages, which is a bit silly, but there you go. So we should now have Progrids, which is here, which is still called a preview package, and then we need to install both of these. So I shall just pause the vid a minute while I do that. Bring in Probuilder as well. So Progrids is just for snapping your objects in the scene, so it's great for building white boxing levels. We'll talk about white boxing in a moment. So Probuilder, this is quite useful for just basically creating rough white box geometry within your level, or even more complex geometry, to be honest with you, because you can kind of add textures to it and all kinds of things. So you really want these two packages, and these I think are built into the latest version. So it's just really a grid-based snapping system for Unity, which means that you can install and enjoy all the benefits of a grid-based snapping system. So while it's still installing, rather than boring myself, I am going to again pause. Okay, so we brought in Probuilder and Progrids. So if we go back to our scene menu, we can see now we have this wee menu in the top left corner. So basically what that does is it means you can now start snapping all your objects to a grid. So if we turn the grid system on, so let's just toggle snapping on or off. So this is now snapping to the grid. Let's turn the visible grid on. So we can see we've got quite a small grid setting. So if we can see that we're snapping to the grid here with this object. So I mean, you can adjust this so we can make that one a much larger grid setting. So now if we drag it, it moves 1 meter at a time. So I'm just going to undo that because I don't want it moving at 1 meter at a time. Let's just change that back to 0.1. Okay, so I mean that's really the main use for Progrids and Probuilder, although I should point out Probuilder is something different. So let's just have a look at Probuilder. So if we go to Window and Progrids and Probuilder, let's open the Probuilder window. So let's snap that over here. So this is what you kind of use for white boxing. I'm just going to turn that off for the minute. So we will go into white boxing in more detail during the course, but we can build a new shape here, and the thing about this is that we can actually kind of build and adjust the geometry in Unity, which is very useful for white boxing and adjustments. And you can export these pieces of geometry, I believe, because I seem to remember doing it previously, unless I dreamt that. So you've got your usual kind of windows up here. You've got this is emulating Maya, so you've got vertex, edge, and face. So if we grab hold of the face, we can drag this, and this again is snapping to the grid. We can drag this out. We've got 3 meters there, so the texture is adjusting, the UVs are adjusting accordingly, so that we can get a clear and coherent idea of the size of our block. So this is locked into 1 meter squares from a texture perspective, so we can see now that's 3 meters. But anyway, so that's just something we may be using in the future. So if we go back to object, just have that selected and just delete that, turn my grids back on. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to just start building up my level. Probably leave that on. So what I've done is I have brought in some assets. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll leave this to the next video so that we keep this video specifically about Probuilder and Progrids. Okay, see you in the next video.